proposed location of the clubhouse, Mr. Jones suggests could be right down here near this little knoll here with the cedar on it, or possibly on up a little way there.
Bottom,
Well, that's true. I didn't think that was.
You afraid that golf course that park?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
That thing up there was up there for, I'd say 10 years. They really didn't have enough money to maintain anything on it. They just more or less, I guess they seeded the thing and then they tossed it in the spring, got a little green, and then after that it was pretty much out of the dry grass. It really wasn't a success. In fact, I don't think it's really paying its way now until they go to those timeshare condos. I think it's in they get very use up there. It might be such people go up there, they want to fish instead of play golf.
Yeah.
Well, they can certainly be a success if you have all the other amenities properly planned out, so you get your ski area like you're thinking. You're thinking of the things that are really necessary to make it a success, and then you need to get the people, and sometimes promotional methods of getting the people involved of playing the course before you even sell the lots is one approach. See, you've sold all of these other lots down here, and yet you, through the sale of all of these 5-acre lots you have, you said what, 176 acres or something like that?
There was 196 acres.
196 acres. And how many lots were out of that?
35. 33, 35.
But you see that the selling of the lots didn't get that many houses. What do you have, 4 houses down there now?
Now, see, down there would have been an ideal spot.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I say, you know, if we...
Why couldn't you, how would people take golf on it if you just took out there and got a road beater, beat off the brush, got the native grass and water to it, got it, and all that?
See, that's what... This one up at Island Park, that's what they did for a few years up there, and they got quite a few players there. But it was the people coming up from Arizona that golfed in the summer down there, and they got quite a little bit of activity. But they had several hundred people living within a mile of the golf course when they started.
Yeah.
But to drive out to an area to do a real rough course.
See, that's something else, this road here, you really have to improve this road. Because people aren't going to bring their nice cars in here on the road like this. You have to come in and degrade it and possibly shoot some oil on it, hold the dust down.
You don't want to picture me.
I'll get what you're saying too.
I like his hat. His hat's got more character than yours, Dave.
Yeah, I haven't worn mine quite as long.
Yours hasn't been through the mill like this one.
I haven't worked as hard as you have out in the field.
Yeah, so in your cost, I'm sure you'd have to pay her some else improvements.
Well, and just pointing out the boundaries here now, how far up does your land go up?
Well, see that little tree the other side of the combine? It goes just the other side of that and over and goes back up onto the ridge.
Now, which little tree are you speaking of there?
See the combine?
Yeah.
Just to the west?
Yeah.
In the rear of it?
Uh-huh.
Bushy tree there.
And then when you hit that next grain field, is that the end of your property?
Well, it goes, the line goes just the other side of that and then goes straight north, up that draw. And it goes up onto the ridge.
Or where that fence line, where you can see the field definitely ending there. That line right...
Then it comes back down in here, there's a jog, go down along...
Okay, is this the jog here coming up with this white rock?
Okay, okay, let me try. This jog here going up the sagebrush here until it hits that grain field. The grain field's not yours then, is it?
No.
Then we follow the edge of the grain field along over here until we get to the corner of the grain field here, and then come back down
Come back this
Come
way.
back down until we get down to,
Only you'd go a little farther west than that. You'd go over into the draw,
oh yeah.
the bottom of swale.
Yeah, well that line extended probably does go out in the draw there, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Down into this draw
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And so then when you get over here to this cedar, this tall lone cedar out here to the west of the
Combine.
is that about on your property?
Yeah, and that is on the property. The property line is a little bit to the west of that. through
That's
there.
right here.
And who owns the property up to the west? Is that Forest
the-
Service?
No, that's the governor's brother who owns some in there.
How many acres does he have?
Oh, he's got 120 acres, I guess, something like that.
Okay, so then this road we see here is that one.
Yep.
What is his intended use on his? You ever talked to him?
Yeah, we've tried for 15 years to buy it.
Oh, he's owned it for a period of time.
Yeah.
Does he lease it out to someone or what?
Well, it's neighbor's been leasing it, just running it on a share crop. They got about 25 acres of crop there.
Based upon what he's making out of farming of it, he ought to be willing to sell it, huh?
He ought to be, yeah.
He took.
He's living in California, and he thinks California prices ought to be good up here.
How far up up on the hill there is the Forest Service?
Well, you can see a line coming back down there.
Well, see this big white face up there on the cliff? Where is it from there? See that?
Oh, the Forest Service just right down here in these pine trees, just the other side of this grain field.
Oh, I see. Maybe that little green line there, a few hundred yards there to the west of the grain field?
Yep.
That's about.
It'd be a quarter of a mile up from this combine.
Oh, I see.
Is what it is. Then you're all Forest
You're
Service.
up,
from there.
you're up here then.
Yeah.
This
Mhm.
Forest Service from here on then.
Yeah. Well, from here on.
Oh, no.
Okay.
See, because where his finger is, the governor's son owns it for a ways there.
Brother.
Brother, huh?
Looks to me like the place this is where you'd come off of, and you'd have a course up like this, maybe one like this,
And then cross over, or does it come third here?
maybe one
Down here, and then over here, and then back.
something like that, huh?
Not too much choice.
And pop one off the hill down into here, and then maybe lay a couple side by side up here.
You got two of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Don't have that.
Yeah, he's drawn it too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, to scale him in.
Yeah, it's just
You possibly might have one going across.
What? Yeah, you got one down in here.
We start the first
Maybe
row.
You'd probably end up over in here somewhere.
yeah.
Coming back to this.
Normally what you would start if you had your clubhouse here, you'd like the ideal situation to have 2 or 3 of them start. You'd have, say, 1 come down and 2 back, and then 3. Then you could start on 1 or you could start on 3. And then you could have number 9 coming back and ending that.
That's not to go for it. 1 and 9 over this thing.
This one you might have one sit right like that in here. Something like that. That's gonna be too steep. Maybe one back
Well, if we could stay out of here, it would be better.
out of here.
Yeah, this is Bannock County over in here. It's going to be tough for land use planning and approval and stuff.
I'm waiting on this here. Like that line road.
Do we have that line
Yep,
now?
yep, this is Bannock County.
Right here.
Then where are you going to put your home site?
Just in between.
All the way in between?
What makes the home sites valuable is to have them, the backyard facing on them.
Mhm.
All you got to do is kind of design it so it's not an easy shot. Put one right through your front window.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 different methods. You can work out a cluster of houses,
Uh-huh.
or have them backing up to the fairways.
Uh-huh.
And,
Which is the most attractive?
well,
How can you tell both?
Yeah.
the most economical is general been of having one fairway going one direction, one the other, so that you conserve the amount of land. In other words, when you have a
Side by side.
yeah,
what do you
side
mean?
by side. Because if you have them separate, then you've still got to have a certain amount of width. But you can get 2 in just a little bit more land than you can 1. For safety's sake, you know, you're not having the balls go back through the people's yards and houses.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't always get that done. After they've actually played a course, you might not have the balls landing on one lot all the time, and you have to not sell sell that lot as a lot because it's too dangerous a place to live.
Yeah.
But you've certainly got a beautiful setting up here.
Well, the thing is, what we've kind of had in mind was to, on that piece that lays in Bannock County, put some riding stables over there.
You wouldn't have any
for horse pasture and riding stables. And
I don't think you'd have any problem with the golf course per se on their property. It's when you get housing. The thing that people fight mostly is the housing. And I don't even think you would have much trouble on the housing because anytime you lay a subdivision out and you have a lot of open space, they have a hard time of ever preventing you from going ahead. In other words, if you've got an average of 5 acres of land for each house, as far as the density goes, if you had 40 acres and 8 houses in that area, it's not really that. So what you say, it's always true. We've been at it for over 30 years and going through land planning before they even had zoning ordinances and getting tougher all the time.
But now he doesn't.
That ends right about that pine tree.
Yeah.
That big pine tree.
Right here?
Yeah. Is that true?
well, see the spring. And then it jogs back down and goes clear down to where the little place is, way down.
What is this little white place now? That's not big.
I'm sure we can about 3 miles or so.
You know, another thought, I don't like to throw out all these brainstorming ideas, but if you've only got the one cabin down in the bottom there, the ownership of those 35 lots, they would be very amiable to trading one of their lots to backing up to a golf course.
Yeah.
That's done quite often. Yeah. Sometimes you say,
I've
well,
been thinking about getting those guys to do that.
yeah, sometimes you get your pattern so set, and you say, well, I'm limited to this, and yet if you say, oh, let's just forget that any planning has been done on it before,
Yeah.
and then reallocate them a new lot. Although,
Even if you had to, you put it in.
Oh, yeah. That is that expensive. Yeah. But see that, you can see the line where that follows all the way down.
or make that the pro house there for
I would find
starting on.
Well, see where the June grass is, the grass and the difference in the terrain. See that's the Bannock County line, and that's where that goes. It's clear straight on through down this way.
Okay. No, see, starting where you see that little cedar down there on the intersection of the June grass and the. Okay.
Well, that county line is just to the north of that, and that's all in that subdivision.
And then the county line comes right up, following it with the camera here, right up that line with the June grass being the on the.
Well, probably what we could do would be to go down this roadway along the county line, put our clubhouse over in the middle, and have a 9 go down that way, and another one.
That's possible.
Like this way.
That's possible.
Put the clubhouse down.
What's
here.
the name of this subdivision plat here?
Summit subdivision.
Are there any other subdivisions but not made out in this area?
No.
Joyce has a copy of the plan.
Yeah.
Now, that subdivision, how far close does it go to the interstate there?
It goes right down to that road. See that road comes around the point of the hill there, that access road?
That gravel road?
Yep. This side of there. It's down there.
Now, does that road
drive down there?
Okay, let's do. Does that road there feed back into the tail end of the rest stop there? Is there any access between that road and the rest
No,
stop?
there could be. It wouldn't be hard to get access to there. Unless you
Okay.
go through the state. Daryl Manning.
Lloyd, hold this hat here a second. Hold it over the lens, will you? Where's your, hold it over here so the sun doesn't get into the lens.
I
I'm
can't
going
see
to
where
scan
it is.
around and take a picture of the... Might not be too good.
Let's go down here. Let's drive down.
Where is your ski lodge going to be at here?
Yeah, let's just back over the hill this way. You're looking at those mountains in there, and you get down the hill here a little ways, you can see right down here in the mouth, Mr. Off, there, Mr. Off,